Thank you.
Hi, caller, please state your name and the item that you're speaking on.
Yes, Maria. I'm a taxpayer and resident of Oakland. And in this comment in relation to agenda items 6A, 6B, and 25. Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Good morning, members of City County Board of Supervisor. I address my comment today primary at the Honorable Supervisor Vale, but also the entire County Board of Supervisors. Dear Mr. Vale, this constitutes direct and constructive notice to you personally as a supervisor for district and to all of your fellow supervisors, your subordinates, their subordinates and replacements, successors, substitutes, and agents. The purpose of this notice is to make you aware of violations of law, allowing you the due process, right to correct them, and restrict your actions to the limit placed upon you by California Constitution, the UNRU Civil Rights, California Civil Code 51 and 52, not limited to USC 241, 242, not limited to, and the Constitution for the United States of America. You can be held responsible personally for failure to correct these violations in regard to your obstructing a member of the public from speaking and the eventual removal of her from the county building and cancellations of the public protection meeting on April 29, 2022. In so doing, you are in violation of Article 1, Declaration of Rights of the California Constitution, Section 2, Section 3, Section 4. Further, your action and the ongoing administration of county government and predicated on the unlawful local health emergency promulgated on March 6, 2020.
Thank you.
Hi, caller, please state your name and the item that you're speaking on.
Good morning. My name is Faye, and I have been living on the island of Alameda for 10 years. I'm going to continue with this notice. Further, your action and the ongoing administration of county government are predicated on the lawful local health emergency promulgated on March 6, 2020, that has provided cover for all manner of unlawful actions. The local health emergency is in its 823rd day as of today, and it has created a climate of fear, intimidation, violation of the public rights in governing boards across the country, and it hereby needs to be removed. As per the UNRU Civil Rights Act, Civil Code 51, states the UNRU Civil Rights Act provides protection from discrimination by all business establishments in California, including housing and public accommodations. The term business establishments may include governmental and public entities as well. The language of the UNRU Civil Rights Act specifically outlaws discrimination in housing and public accommodations based on sex, race, color, religion, ancestry, national origin, disability, medical condition, genetic information. The law also protects the rights of individuals with disabilities to use places of public accommodation. And as a member of the public, our access to public buildings is unfettered and cannot be limited by, quote, orders from unelected and unaccountable county employees, such as the Alameda County Health Officer. Further, Judge Charles Smiley is a member of the judicial branch, and per the doctrine,
Thank you very much.
Hi, Jay, please state the item that you're calling for.
Yes, I'm speaking again about item 6A, 6B, 7A, and 25. So further, Judge Charles Smiley is a member of the judicial branch, and per the doctrine of separation of powers, His Honor George Smiley is not empowered to make law or issue any sort of order that simulates a law or restriction to the public. violation of the Unrust Civil Rights Act, Civil Code 52 says, whoever denies, aids, or incites a denial of discrimination or distinction contrary to sections 51, 51.5, or 51.6 is liable for each and every offense for the actual damages, any amount that may be determined by a jury or a court sitting with a jury up to a maximum of 3 times the amount of the actual damage, or a minimum of charge of $4,000 per incident. Further, he called on the deputy sheriffs to escort her from the gallery. You're in violation of California Civil Codes 51.7B2, which states, for purpose of this subdivision, intimidation by threat of violence includes, but is not limited to, making or threatening to make a claim or report to a peace officer or law enforcement agency that falsely alleges that another person has engaged in a lawful activity or in an activity that requires law enforcement intervention, knowing that the claim or report is false or with disregard for the truth or falsity of the claim, end quote. You have no statutory authority to create law or enforce any so-called laws in a form or orders, rules, ordinances, guidelines, or suggestions that are direct conflict with or violate the California and the United States Constitution, as well as sections 51 and 52, and are not applicable to the public per 16 AM section 70. Oh, no public policy.
Thank you very much. Do we know how many more speakers we have on this particular item? On the item that people are organized to speak on?
So
Is
we're
that-
not sure about this specific issue, but we know that there are at least 10 additional
Okay.
public comments.
Okay. So we'll take 2 more speakers on this particular item, and then if people want to speak to other items that are on the agenda, they may do so. Because I
Okay.
think we got a pretty good sense of the position that the speakers are giving us, and we appreciate it.
Kathy, can you please state the item that you were speaking on? You have 2 minutes.
Yes, I'm going to continue with the notice of cease and desist, please, on the same items.
Okay, and then we'll allow 2 more speakers on that particular item. And the others can speak on the other items that they choose to speak on.
It's a bit disturbing to me that you're already limiting the number of speakers this morning, but I'll continue with the very powerful, very truthful, very lawful words that we have put together here for you to hear and to act accordingly. Because no public policy of a state can be allowed to override the positive guarantees of the U.S. Constitution. Therefore, the people of Alameda County, myself included, Kathy Park, who lives in Oakland, state, cease and desist violating First Amendment protections and ensure that all county government meetings are open physically as well as virtually without undue requirements such as distancing, masks, proof of vaccination, or requirement for a negative PCR test. Any and all COVID-19 policies or anything resembling them in another name are unlawful and should not be used to prevent access to the building and meetings that are funded by and in the service of the public. 2, cease and desist the county state of emergency. The CDC has been remanded by the Florida District Court, and the court has affirmed that the agency overstepped its statutory authority. Any and all whereas statement referring and relying on CDC authority, that's in quotes, to promulgate any sort of mandate or dictate to public behavior is null and void. The multiple renewals of the emergency declaration are outside of the law, supervisors. We, the people of Alameda County, demand that those in public service cease and desist any and all actions that attempt to restrict the free exercise of life and liberty, and that you halt any further seizure of the people's property. I'll stop there. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that comment.
Hi, Kelly, please state the item that you're speaking on.
Hi, I'm speaking on item 67, which is you're going to go and repave some streets out there, you know, almost $5 million out there, Altamont Pass, Pleasant Stone.